Am I the astronaut for telling my fiancée her tattoo of my dead brother makes me uncomfortable? First time Redditor here. Okay, so for context, my older brother, 30 male, while I'm 29 male, passed away 3 years ago in a motorcycle accident. This f***ed me up severely, still does. He was my best friend, and we had that whole inseparable since we knew each other type shit. Even if he was older, he was never the stereotypical older brother bully sort, and I loved him for that. Anyway, my fiancée, who I'll call Bella, is 28 female, and met him only a few times, but always said she admired our bond, as she has no real siblings of her own. Only step, but they aren't close. A few weeks ago, Bella surprised me with a f***ing tattoo she got in memory of my brother. It's pretty big, realistic grayscale tattoo of his face with the little Snoopy icon beside it on her upper arm, with his nickname we use, and his birth and death dates underneath. When I saw this, I was stunned. She said she did it as a tribute to him and to support me because she knows how much I still struggle with grief. I honestly didn't know what to say at first, but the more I sat with it, the more it bothered me. I told her, gently, as much as I could to be honest, that I appreciate the gesture but found the tattoo really uncomfortable. Like it's unsettling to see his face on my fiance's body. Like it's too much, especially since they barely knew each other. Go ahead and get red light flag activated here. She got upset and said I was being weird about a nice gesture and making her regret doing something beautiful, her words. Now she's distant and my mom thinks I should just be thankful someone loved my brother enough to memorialize him. But first off, I didn't ask her to do this. Now I'm stuck with a fiancé that won't even talk to me properly. My brother's perfectly black and gray eyes staring back at me when I'm laying beside her. And honestly, I don't even want to think of how horrifying having sex would be with that on her arm. Am I being unreasonable, asshole-ish? Is it in my rights to ask her to get it covered up or like zoinked off? I guess I'm adding some additional details because I don't know how to respond individually. My fiancé and I both have tattoos and many of them. I have smaller ones and she has bigger ones. To my knowledge, neither of us are mentally ill in any capacity and we aren't on medication. I can't believe I have to write this. And ever since my reaction, she has been wearing longer sleeve shirts in the daytime. At work, she has to anyway, but that's for home too. It's only during bedtime that I really see it with her wearing tanks, and it physically hurts. LOL. Okay, let's chat about this for a moment.
I think it's weird.
Why wouldn't you have a conversation with your significant other before you permanently draw artwork of their deceased sibling on your body?
I think that reaction is 100% appropriate. It's 100% appropriate because it's freaking weird.
Look, I mean, look. Like I'm testing a tattoo that has nothing to do with deceased siblings of yours. With like, I did the temporary one here. I've got the fabric sleeve showing up. Like, if this is something that you're not 100% sure that your partner is going to be on board with, test it with some kind of temporary version first. That's the smart thing to do. But at minimum, communicate about it and see how they would react before you just do something permanent. Right?
Yeah. Might I suggest like the temporary tattoo that you can get online and then put that on there and then gauge his reaction. And from then you would know, you know, like what your next step should be, which would be not to do it. And
that's if you don't want to talk about it first. But why wouldn't you want to talk about it?
It would be one thing to get a memorial tattoo that wasn't his face. But if you're going to put somebody's deceased sibling on your body, I feel like you should talk to the sibling that you are doing it for. Because otherwise you're just, like he said, his brother's eyes staring at him while he tries to sleep.
So it's on the arm. I don't know if it's like a bicep or a forearm or what.
He said upper arm.
Like it's something you should have talked about.
That's first. A massive tattoo to get without any kind of like conversation at all. Like at all, like 100%. That's just weird.
Absolutely NTA here. For me, I mean, I feel like you have every right to say, hey, that does make me uncomfortable. And I wish we would have talked about it. I think you have to delicately step through this and understand that she is embarrassed, right?
He said there might be someone said an update.
Okay. All right, here's the update. Hi guys, I don't know if anyone cares enough for this, but the few that do, here's an update to the situation, LOL. After breakfast this morning, at around 7:30, it's 10:34 as I write this, by the way, I sat down, already was sitting down after eating, but yes, whatever, with my fiancé and spoke about the tattoo again. I basically echoed all the comments I've received, which, by the way, I'm so grateful for the most part, because some of them were crazy. Anyway, I told her again that the tattoo made me very uncomfortable and wasn't the leap she needed to take to comfort or support me on my journey with grief, and that I still had a firm belief that she didn't do this in a malicious manner. She was quiet initially, then asked if she could explain herself, and I said I was willing to listen. To summarize, she said she simply got the tattoo because she thought it would symbolize the extent she would go to love and support me, and said in that way, I had both people I loved so much in the same place. Her words, not mine. She did say she was sorry and that she wouldn't have done it if she knew I wouldn't have liked it. I asked her why she hadn't spoken to me about it prior, and she said it wouldn't have been a surprise then. Well, some things shouldn't be a surprise, lady. Which is what she wanted it to be. She also said, and I'm remembering this fresh and internally cringing as I write this, LOL, that the tattoo was meant to be a symbol of a new beginning because we're going to get married in a couple of months, and she wanted to turn over any old leaves. I'm still stuck on what she meant, so I'd appreciate any word sleuths helping me on this. Yeah, I don't really know what she meant by that either. To wrap it up, I said I did not want to end our relationship over this, and I really wanted to move on from it, but that she needed to either cover it up or laser it off. And she was, to say the least, not very happy about it. Said a cover-up would be complicated and would take too long. Said laser might be painful and look scary from the videos. Also said she likes how the tattoo looks along with her other ones, and asked if I'd be okay with her just covering it up, either with clothes or foundation. I was as firm as I could be. Mind you, this is the woman I've loved for 5 years straight, so admittedly I'm soft, but I reiterated that I wanted it gone, either by a cover-up or laser. She was quiet then, and that's honestly where the conversation ended. She already left for work at 10, and I'm going to start my own work now, as I work remotely from home after I finish this. Anyways, I hope this works out, and I would appreciate any advice. I did read a comment that shamed me for taking this to Reddit instead of speaking with her first, so I will prioritize our communication first, but will hopefully keep this updated. Thanks for all the help for now. Was somebody shamed him for coming to Reddit for advice? It's not like you went to a tattoo parlor.
I feel like this is exactly what AITA was made for.
Yes.
Like, that's the exact situation where it's like, am I overreacting because am I being an asshole? I don't know. What did you think of her reasons?
I mean, look.
I think she needs some therapy.
I feel like somebody really wanted a tattoo and wasn't quite sure what they were going to get and wanted to get something meaningful. And then they were like, oh, yeah, I could do this. Poof. Now,
it gave me a weird vibe.
Her opposition to having it removed is a red flag, right?
I 100% agree.
And she just wants to cover it up with foundation. And I do like, OP, how you've stuck to your guns here. And you're like, no, like I want it to be gone. Now, there's also an argument where it's like, it's your body, your choice. You can get whatever you fucking want tattooed on there. Okay, you can get whatever you want tattooed. You also accept the risk, especially when you're in a relationship, that your partner is not going to like the tattoo that you get.
Here's the thing. If she really did it to show the extent of love that she has for OP, OP saying, I am uncomfortable with it, should be enough for her to want to cover it up in some way, because clearly she's making him uncomfortable.
Yes.
To me, it's like that says all you need to know, that it wasn't for him. This was her choice. This was her thing. And I feel like the excuses that she gave give me vibes and not us, which is what she's trying to say. But that's my opinion. That's the vibes that I got from it. But I'm like, I feel like if you're doing this to show how much you love how much you love someone,
then
when that someone, when that someone is saying, this is uncomfortable, you wouldn't get pissed off. Like you would take your defeat, take the L.
Yeah.